Hey there, guys. My name is Cerise. Welcome to my channel. This is Storytime. If you're new to my channel, I live right here in the Dominican Republic. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do real estate, relocation, travel, and tourism. And then every now and again throughout the week, I will throw in a random video of what's going on in my life. And we also have story time. Now, those of you who are returning subscribers, you know I love you. Woohoo! And you also know that story time hasn't been up for the last 2 weeks because I have been super duper busy doing other things. But here it is. I have a story time for you. And although it's going to be brief, it's not going to be one of those 20-minute ones. It still is quite interesting. All right. So it starts out, there was a man, we're going to call him Reginald. And Reginald was a foreigner. And before he moved here for his rest of his relaxation in his life and retirement, he did a little bit of research. And he found out that it's really important to find somebody that's going to care for you that you can trust. So he didn't know who to trust when he came here. He bought a place that was kind of on an island of its own, but not. It was separated from a river. So we have a lot of rivers here in the Dominican Republic that are so beautiful. Not just beaches with seas and ocean, but beautiful rivers. And this river was gorgeous. And it laid around like the front of his property. Now, you may notice that this video right here is of a beach, but that's not where he lived. This is just going to be on repeat for a while. So if you don't want to see the repeat of the video here, then just sit back and listen, close your eyes and kick your feet up. So this river was very hard to get to through walking. You had to take a boat or swim. And on top of that, he had a huge fence around his property. Now, he was a very wealthy man, and I say was because he has passed on, and may he rest in peace. He recently passed on, but he listened to my story times for many years now, and he just wanted to tell me his before he passed. He passed of cancer recently. So he said that in order to find someone that he could trust, he decided to play dumb. So he hired someone. You know, he had his own boat. He went across the river and he would go to town every so often and he would get supplies for the week. Well, one time a man came up to him and said, "Hey, I heard you're looking for a caretaker. You're an older man. You have no family. You're alone. I can help you. I have no problem with that." And so he seemed like a very likable person. So Reginald said, "You know what? Come on by my place. I'll show you what I need taken care of on the grounds and everything like that. And we can talk about a monthly income." Now, Reginald, he was not a cheap man. He was a man that really loved to pay for someone's services, whether they're here in the Dominican Republic or anywhere around the world. And so when the man showed up, Reginald gave him a good price every month. He said, "This is what your monthly fee will be," and it was $400 a month. Now I know some of your eyebrows may be raised and be thinking, that's not a lot of money. But here in the Dominican Republic, the average family gets about 200 to 300 a month. Not the average family, but the average person, the average working man. And that's 300 is even, being generous sometimes. Yes, I know. And that will change in the future. But he said he was going to pay the guy 400. Now, the guy should have been really happy with that, and he was. But here's where Reginald tested him. Reginald had a ring that was very valuable to him. And he said one day to the guy, he said, "Oh my gosh, I lost my ring." Now, he knew where it was, and he only played like he couldn't see very well. He was older, but he was smart as a whip. And he placed it on the floor in his bathroom on purpose. So this caretaker went looking around, and the caretaker picked it up and put it in his pocket. Now, Reginald said to him, "The ring is so valuable. If you find it, I'll give you 1,000 pesos. 1,000 pesos at this time right now is worth $20. So the guy heard, "Oh, valuable ring," and you're only going to give me 1,000 pesos? Well, I'm already making 400 a month from you, so I'm going to keep the ring and forget the 20 bucks, right? Well, the guy took the boat over that night, and Reginald took him over actually. And the guy said to Reginald, "Why are you taking me over?" Because him, as the new caretaker, what was happening while he was working for Reginald is he would take the boat over in the evening, and then he would leave the boat on that other side of the river because he would be getting back in it in the morning to go back over to Reginald's. And Reginald didn't need the boat throughout the night. But Reginald said to the guy, "Well, I'm taking you over, and you can WhatsApp me later and we'll talk." Reginald didn't want to stir up any strife, so he let the guy off on the riverbank and went back over to his place. Well, after he got out of the speedboat, he went in and he got a message from the guy right away, and he said to the guy, "You have my ring. Now, I don't want you back at my place. You're a thief." Now, one thing Reginald did have in town was a trustworthy police officer, which a lot of us do have here. A police officer that we can just contact on speed dial on WhatsApp, a friend that if we go through anything or need any extra special help, we contact them. Reginald did call the police officer, and the police officer did retrieve the ring. So Reginald did this 3 times after, and the same 3 times the people failed the test. Until one day, when he was in Sosua, the Dominican Republic, right here on the north coast, he found someone, a trustworthy man, that he would be able to have come and stay with him. So he said, "All right, come on my land and let's see what happens." He did it again. He put the ring down in the bathroom, same spot, and this man found it and brought it straight to Reginald and said, "I found your ring." Reginald said, "Oh, thank you. It's so valuable. Here's your 20 bucks. The man said, "No way. You keep that 20 bucks. Really, for me, it is about helping you. That's what you pay me for. You give me $400 a month. You respect me and I respect you." So Reginald thought, well, he's got to up the ante then. He's got to, lose something else. So he did. He lost, pretended he did. And he did that every so often for about a year. And then finally he stopped. He realized that testing this man was really just testing God. He knew this man was a child of God and honest, and he didn't want to feel bad for testing him any longer. So during the pandemic, it was that man that took very good care of Reginald. After the pandemic, Reginald had some complications and he developed cancer, and he needed to be well taken care of. Just before he was passing, he was given about 3 months. He paid for his private doctor to come here and take care of him as well. He's a very wealthy man. And this caretaker went to his bedside and said, "Reginald, you only have a little while left, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you have done for me. I really appreciate you." Reginald said, "What I've done for you, what you have done for me." And the man said, "Thank you." And Reginald handed the guy the ring, the original ring. And he said, "I want you to have this ring." And the caretaker said, I can't take the ring. It's important to you. It's valuable. You should be buried with this." And Reginald said, "It is valuable to me." And the guy said, "Something this expensive, I wouldn't know how to accept this gift." And Reginald said, "Oh, no, it's not expensive. It's stainless steel. I paid $1 for this in Mexico." And the guy said, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, I bought this over decades ago. It's not expensive. It's valuable. It just means a lot to me. It has value because it's sentimental to me." And the caretaker said, "Oh, I didn't realize And Reginald said, yes, you didn't, but yet you were always honest and fair to me. I want you to have this, but not because it's expensive, because it's valuable. I'm not going to tell you what it means to me, because now it has developed its own memories with you. And the caretaker took it and put it on gladly. And then Reginald said, my lawyer will contact you after I pass. Everything that you see on this land is yours. And this is expensive and worth a lot and has no value to me. It's just a place where I came to rest my head and pass the rest of my days. And the caretaker broke down in tears and cried. Till this day, he lives there and he really loves it. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes all that glitters is not gold. So be careful out there. Treat yourself good and treat others good. Please, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I look forward to seeing you, meeting you, and seeing your comments down below. Make sure you comment where you're watching this video from. Huge hugs, loads of love, big blessings.